often do you go to the library?
Well, in the last couple of years, I haven't gone hardly at all. I went to the library in Tulsa because I brought my kids down there when we were shooting the show. The libraries are kind of a great place to center yourself in the city and meet people and, find the center of the community. But libraries are one of my favorite places in any city.
100%. What's your favorite branch in Manhattan?
On 42nd Street.
Right, but besides that, that's kind of the
Brooklyn.
brand. Right.
The one right by Prospect Park.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Right. And what books are on your nightstand right now?
My nightstand right now is I'm reading Jim Thompson's The Getaway again because we're trying to dream about a second season of this show. And I have a collection of Thomas Merton essays, and that's some random things that I don't even know what they are.
My last question is, did you get told when you were younger to get your teeth fixed by like agents or managers? Or
Yeah, definitely. Everybody wanted me to get my teeth fixed. For some reason, I didn't want to.
Why? Why do you think you didn't want to?
I'm a little allergic to everybody trying to look the same. And I just thought I'd be proud of myself. And I didn't think my teeth were going to be the deciding factor in whether or not I had any talent.
Tell me about the podcast.
Oh, so the podcast drops this week. It's called What Are We Even Doing? And I talk to young creatives about their journey, about their creative journey, how they use social, what's important to them. And it's a mix of people, comedians, musicians, actors, creatives, all types. And I'm learning. I'm having a great time on the way.
What have you learned?
Oh, so this is a process where they tell me a little bit about just where they came from, how they started. So every story is different. We talk a little bit about how social works for them, their experience, and even they haven't been around that long. There's highs and lows of their journey. So really, each person, it's individual from each person. Their own particular, how they got to Los Angeles, what's important to them. And then I also have some people from New York as well talking about their process, their journey, where they are in their moment in their career. So every story is different and interesting. And then we also play a little game with each one of them, a special little game like we have one coming up with Kaya Gerber, where we trade Shakespearean insults. Because she's a great reader, and so I was like, well, I love Shakespeare. Let's see if we can come do something together. So we traded insults in Shakespeare. It was very fun.
Why did you decide to focus on Gen Z, right?
Right. Well, I think it's a generation that I don't know much about. And so it's like, this is my way of exploring and learning about the next group that's coming up, what they have to offer and what they're doing. And I get to share a little bit about my experience at the ripe old age of 66, about my journey and how things are different, certainly within the world of Los Angeles and the film world and theater world. So it's kind of a meeting of the minds somewhere in between, and hopefully we learn a little bit from each other.
Right. How much fun is it playing a naughty, well, not naughty, but not a nice politician?
Well, he appears to be not a nice politician, yes, but he ultimately has a good heart, and we're going to get to that point. But in the beginning, there's a lot of things that it's true for every character in this show. There are things that people do that they're proud of and things that they're not proud of. But they ultimately, it's all for a good reason. There's a reason behind it.
Right.
And that's the journey that we get to see. That's what the writers have done so beautifully in creating these characters.
Right.
Ethan Hawke's like the coolest guy ever. And I have to say with Ethan, like, as is Sterling, but I'll talk to him about him in a second. Like with Ethan, he makes you feel welcome the second he meets you. And I think maybe he knows, like, he's a massive star, but he's so not that in real life. He's so down to earth and so, like, just let's run lines, let's do this. What do you think? And right away, we played best of friends, and we became good friends fairly quickly. And speaking with Sterling, Sterling's direction is so fantastic. One of the things he did, which I love, is my character. You meet my character in episode 1, where Ethan and I are both at this estate sale, and I come up to him and whisper something in his ear. But anyway, Sterling says right before it begins, he goes, "Just when you go in there, just go up and smack him in the ass." And I thought that's brilliant, because the second that happened, I thought, well, this is our relationship. If I'm comfortable enough smacking him in the ass in a public place, that's what we are. And then Ethan, without a beat, at the end of the scene, smacked me in the ass without asking about it. We're going to get along great.
I'm obsessed with you for many reasons, but mainly, I have to say, because of Best in Show and Busy Bee.
Yes. Busy Bee. Parker lost Busy Bee. Let's be honest.
Yes.
I blame Parker. It wasn't her fault, but had she packed a little bit better, it probably fell out at the airport. I don't know. That scene where she goes into the store, it's the bear in the bee costume. Still, she just texted me yesterday. We're hopefully going to hang out next month.
Are you into antiques in real life?
A little bit. Like I collect missions. So those, I don't know if they're considered antique. So mission, like arts and crafts, 1916.
Oh, the mission style.
Yes.
Right.
So I don't know if that is technically an antique, but that's sort of,
And what do you have? How many pieces do you have?
Or I have some stickly furniture and things like that.
All right.
So please don't rob me. But
that's pretty fancy.
Yeah, it's kind of fancy. Yeah, I got it kind of because my grandma had it, and when she passed on, I got some of her stuff, and I became aware of it, and it's so solid, and I just really like it. Yeah.
Did you get hired for this because you were born in Tulsa and for no other reason?
Well, if that's the case, I'm a lucky woman. But I think, Sterling and I knew each other a little bit. I certainly knew of him, but we had met briefly and sort of, he knew how much I love reservation dogs. And so I'm lucky that he thought of me for this.
Was it weird? I assume you shot it in Tulsa, right?
Oh,
right. So was it weird to go back home?
It was. It was really, it wasn't so much weird. It was just, it was surreal. It was really surreal because a lot of my family is no longer with us, so they weren't there. So it started this whole new chapter of my life in Tulsa, which is wild because I haven't lived there in decades, but I've always gone back, my family, to visit. I really wanted my son to know where I came from. It was really important. But once my parents were both gone, I didn't go back as much. It was too painful. So I hadn't been home in 5 years, which is the longest I've ever been away from home. And so Sterling called me up and we talked, or we were talking about this script, and within about 10 minutes into our conversation, he said, "Jeannie, you want to come home?" I said, "Yeah, I want to come home."
Okay, your first movie was Basic Instinct, right? Then you followed that up with The Firm, right? I'm sorry, did I make you emotional?
No, I'm good.
I'm so sorry.
Keep talking.
Okay.
He has the paper.
Basic Instinct, The Firm, which were two huge hits. Were you like a little bit like it's like when someone goes to a casino and they win the first time? Were you like, this is easy? Like I can do hit movies.
Not so much. It was easy because it was really overwhelming. I was actually one of those. You better watch what you ask for because you just might get it, because it was really a heady time. It was really intense. So when I think back at that time, it was just like a Dorothy and the Tornado. I mean, it was really intense. A lot of good, but a lot of overwhelming, like, oh my God, this is not what I thought it was going to be. It was just really big. Life was really, really big.
So how did you, and it makes me laugh too, Waterworld was your third movie, right? Which was going to be this giant hit, and it was a giant flop.
Yeah.
So that must have been like, wah, wah, wah.
Well, it wasn't so much wah, wah, wah. It was more because it wasn't really a flop. I mean, internationally, but back then the way they reported on it, so I knew that it was doing really well. It was a really, again, it was another one of those strange, like, this is, I guess, entertainment. It's just, you just don't know when you're making something how it's going to come across. You just don't take anything for granted, and you don't assume anything because you don't know if the audience is going to come out for it. They were really gunning for that movie, so I just learned that if you're sitting there with popcorn, and now I don't even know what, I mean, if you're screaming, whatever, but it's just not a movie until people are watching it. Anything can happen.